This is a well-known Easter egg of Windows 95. This is the Easter egg that started the rumor that Microsoft might be hiding a satanic secret. The Hall of Tortured Souls is a little bit of a horrible way of showing the credits of the creators of Windows 95, especially with the creators Microsoft Excel 95. As I said earlier in this works of Excel and Microsoft 95, this game is a simple visual basic game. To enter the game, go to Microsoft Excel L95. If you still have a copy, open a new blank Excel worksheet. Go down to the 95th row and select that row. Go over the tab to column B. Then go to Help About, tap Control, Hold, Alt, Shift, then click on the Tech Support button. The game will then appear. A window with the name Hall of Tortured Souls will appear. You can interact with the use of the keyboard. There are 8 directions in the game: north, northeast, east, southeast, south, southwest, west, and northeast. Well, northwest. Use the arrow keys to move. Use C to look down, D to look up. In the game, you can walk through the halls. If you go through the wall with the window, you go all the way through. If you go through a wall without a window, you go into the wall and you are surrounded. You can enter the columns. Up ahead was a staircase, was surrounded by techs and creators, probably the creators of Excel. On the next level was a really small room with red walls. Again, the names of the creators have been flashed on the screen. Go down to the room where you were before. Type in magic word Excel KFA. Another hall will open. This hall is a torrid black zigzag way. If you fall, you will return to the room where you were before. You will need to travel carefully. In the other end was wall with pictures of creators. Go back to the main point. Try doing a full turn, and you'll see yourself outside of the building. You will see the room you were in earlier. Now, if you bumped into one of the walls, you will automatically do a turn and teleport back inside. This an Easter egg that can be terrible secrets and hold about the creator. Please message me if you find something unusual within the game. The Hall of Tortured Souls uses a very similar engine in a commercial video game Doom. It was released in 1993. The magic word XL KFA is a reference to the cheat code IDKFA in Doom. Hall of Tortured Souls has got backroom levels, which is called level 195, Hall of Tortured Souls. Well, my pretties, that was Hall of Torture Souls. Now, before I, continue on with this review, I am going to sit there and say right now that this is the Spinpasta version. And yes, there is another version of this story. However, though, the difference is that different type of story, the different story, Hall of Torture Souls, there is one that is on Spinpasta. The other one is some ordinary gamers wiki called the same thing, but except it was written by Space Maniac 888. I mean, I'm going to definitely say this right now that there are 2 different versions of it. So I am going to review, well, this version, which is the Spin Pasta one, and I'll take a look at the Hall of Tortured Souls, the Submariner Gamers Wiki version. And I am going to say right now that I am reading the Spin Pasta one, which I know it's written by StrawhatNeo. So this honestly, I remember seeing a few creepypastas some people have narrated, this version. So I am going to be brutally honest. This story was actually quite interesting, but I could definitely say though, I think that if I had to take a look at the Summer Night Gamers Wiki version, I think that one might, be more explanatory and explains more details, but I'm going to go ahead with this one because I remember coming across this one back in 2019, and I think I did narrate it at one point for any OGs that had been around my channel since 2019. I mean, some of you guys who've been on my channel since, last year, 2021, 2020, etc. Well, honestly, this wasn't as a bad story as I thought it was. Honestly, this was pretty interesting. I do like the fact that the grammar is actually good for what it is. I did spot maybe a few grammatical errors, but it honestly was still a really fun story. Now, this is honestly, the Spinpasta wiki version, so I'll leave a link to the Spinpasta wiki version, and I'll take a look at the Some Ordinary Gamers wiki, and if I get the opportunity, I might read that one, and I can definitely say that, you know, that I think they're both are different because I've not checked the Some Ordinary Gamers wiki version, but I will check that version out whenever I get the time. So, yeah, I'll leave a link to this Spinpasta wiki version so you guys can go have a look at this story. This was actually quite decent. I'm not gonna lie. This one, while it does have, maybe a little bit, well, it's not cliched, but well, maybe there might have been one or two cliches in the story, but honestly, this was actually not bad. I gotta give points to the author for, this story. This story was not that bad. I thought it was pretty interesting for what it is. Honestly, I can definitely say right now that it's a really awesome story. Now, I definitely gotta say right now, it's a pretty good one. I mean, yeah, there are flaws with this story, but however, I still thought it was really, really good. So I can definitely say that now that this honestly was a pretty good story. Now, if I'm missing something, let me know what it is in the comments below because I think I've covered everything. But if I'm missing something, please let me know. So, yeah. Anyways, I will leave a link to this story in the description so you guys can go check it out. And it's going to be the Spin Pasta Wiki. And I want to make it clear it is different compared to the Some Ordinary Gamers Wiki that I've heard about it. So I'm going to have to check out the Some Ordinary Gamers Wiki one. So, anyways, I guess with that being the said and that being the case, I'm going to sit here and say this right now that this is just simply my own personal opinion. And if you happen to disagree with me, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these creepypastas. This is just simply my own personal thoughts. I could definitely say my final rating of this story is a I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10, mainly because while it's a really great story, I personally thought it was really well made in detail. So I got to really say it's a pretty good story. I personally liked it. I will I will leave a link in description down below like I said before. Just so then that way you guys can go take a look at it if you haven't. It's a really interesting story. So with that being said, and that being the case, what did you guys personally think of this story? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what would you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will check out the Some Ordinary Gamers Wiki version, and whenever I get the time, I will consider doing, you know, reading the Some Ordinary Gamers Wiki version whenever I get the chance. So as always, I'm the Lion Queen. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video. If you're new to my channel, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, yeah, if you want to go follow me on my DeviantArt, link to that will be in the About page section. And if you guys want to go check out my DeviantArt, my link to my DeviantArt is also in the description, so you guys can go check it out. And as always, if you're interested in following my backup channel known as Miss Dark Shigo, link to that will also be in the About page section, so you guys can go check that one out. So as always, yeah, please roll the outro because I'm out.